We're going to evaluate the integral of x squared times e to the x to the 3/2 power using integration by parts. So first we'll rewrite this integral as x to the 3/2 times x to the 1/2 times e to the x to the 3/2. And now let's use integration by parts. We'll let u be x to the 3/2. Therefore, du is 3/2 times x to the 1/2 times dx. That leaves us dv to be x to the 1/2 times e to the x to the 3/2 dx. And therefore, v would be an antiderivative of x to the 1/2 times e to the x to the 3/2 dx. Let y be the exponent of e, x to the 3/2, dy is equal to 3/2 times x to the 1/2 dx, and so 2/3 dy is equal to x to the 1/2 times dx. Now let's express this integral for v in variable y. It is x to the 1/2 dx is 2/3 dy, and e to the x to the 3/2 is e to the y. This makes this 2/3 e to the y, and that makes v 2/3 times e to the x to the 3/2. So now let's return to original integral. We wanted to evaluate integral of x squared e to the x to the 3/2. First, we wrote it as x to the 3/2 times x to the 1/2 times e to the x to the 3/2. And we call this our u times dv integral, where u was x to the 3/2, du was 3/2 x to the 1/2 dx, and the dv was x to the 1/2 times e to the x to the 3/2 dx. And we just computed v, and that was 2/3 times e to the x to the 3/2. So now let's use integration by parts formula, and this integral is equal to u times v, so that's 2/3 x to the 3/2 times e to the x raised to the 3/2 power, minus the integral of v du. Now v has 2/3 and du has 3/2, so that's 1, and then it's just the integral of x to the 1/2 times e to the x to the 3/2 dx. Well, this is the integral. This is integrating dv. We already done that, and so the integral here is 2/3 times e to the x to the 3/2, and now we can write the final answer, and the final answer is the integral of x squared e to the x to the 3/2 is equal to 2/3 x to the 3/2 times e to the x to the 3/2 minus 2/3 e to the x to the 3/2 plus c. And we can simplify this because we can factor e to the x to the 3/2, so we can write it as 2/3 x to the 3/2 minus 1 times e to the x to the 3/2 plus c. For more videos, visit